All right, team, so Tuesday, December 30, 2 days out from 2026. What are your New Year goals? Take mine, $100,000 a month in coaching, $100,000 a month. Take my family to Europe on a genuine holiday. Sub 60 Hyrox. Simple, yeah? $100,000 a month in sales for coaching. Take my family to Europe for a genuine holiday. Sub 60 Hyrox. Gotta have goals. It's important to set goals, important to, once you set a goal, map out the road to get there. But today we've got upper session, so feeling really weak at the moment. I'm still dieting, still trying to lose some weight. I just had a couple of days down the beach and ate some food off my normal plan with the family and always feel a bit shit with digestion after that, but that's balance. So weight sort of held around that 112 kilo mark at the moment. I'm dieting hard on about 3,500 calories. I'm fucking hungry. My output's still sky high. Talking to my coach John, he sort of transitioned more from, took more strength work out of my program into more sort of like functional hybrid movements. You would have seen my warm up just then. Like it's, you know, fucking 30 minutes of warming up, but you know, really gets me sweating, gets the blood moving, gets me, I feel good from it, but it definitely takes away from my strength stuff. So now I'm gonna hit 3 sets on a chest incline, 3 sets on a back row. I'm gonna keep those between 6 to 8 reps and try and get some strength work done, just 3 sets of each. Then we'll move on to some paired sets and some EMOMs and some accessory and applied strength work. And we'll finish with a spicy little threshold conditioning for time at the end. I ran the last 8 days in a row. I didn't run this morning. I did 5K on the ski erg, 4-minute intervals on the row times 5, and then 20-minute threshold, straight threshold work on the bike. That's basically just holding as fast as I can for 20 minutes and making sure I don't drop below 200 watts, 220 watts. And that was tough, burned 1,400 calories there. So that was my first session, 70 minutes straight cardio, 8 clients, did some work around the gym. Now I'm into my strength work and we'll finish with the final session. So I sort of break it up into 3 sessions through the day and get the calories burnt. As I said, I feel really weak at the moment because I'm so flat. Food's low, so the strength isn't there. And it's different to how I normally feel with my strength stuff. But no excuses, we still get it done. So upper day going down. Up. 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 Yes. Up. Yes. Up. Up. Yep. Up. So if anyone's ever wondering about the correct line of path, depends on which part of the chest you want to prioritize. So this is like a low incline. So because of that, I want to hit sort of above the halfway point of my chest, so it hits like sort of the upper chest. So the bar has to travel down to sort of right near my, sort of just below my clavicles, if that makes sense. It's still on the chest. It's not up here, but it's still on the chest, but it's not low. If I was going to do a flat chest, flat bench, I probably wanted to come down towards my lower chest, like there at nipple height. But because it's upper chest, low incline, I want it to come just above that nipple line, below the clavicles, so I hit the upper chest. Notice my elbows will travel not out to the side, but down on almost like a 45-degree angle, probably a touch higher than 45, but they travel on an angle because that's the way my pec fibers run. Elbows down, out at the top, keep my shoulder blades back together, stretch the chest, and I think biceps together. Biceps together, push the bar away from the body, trying to push my chest out of the skin. That's how you Smith machine bench press.
Still adjusting to the volume of, I was going to say training, but more running than anything else. I ran 50 Ks last week combined. I had this funny idea that my adductors on both sides are just like hate life. And you would have seen at the start of the session, we're doing some Copenhagen iso holds. I'm doing them probably 3 times a day. Hold for 20 seconds, 3 rounds, and also doing some single leg RDLs just to strengthen the glute med and strengthen those individual muscles. Well, strengthen the muscles individually, so not together, around the hip to give more strength and stability. So I'm stronger on one leg, because that's where I really struggle. Come from a bodybuilding background, put me on 2 legs on leg press or a hack squat and I'll be strong as fuck, but put me on a single leg, having to work on stability and strength, and that's where sort of my weaknesses come into play and I start to really lack. So like anything, working on the weaknesses, working on the areas I need to focus on, and that's that hip stability. So my adductors, every single stride, and to be honest, every single step when I walk even, I'm in pain. I can feel my adductor. Every step's a 3 or 4 or 5, maybe pain out of 10. When I run, it gets up to when I start running, it's an 8 or a 9. And then as the adductors warm up, backs off to that sort of that 5 out of 10. But it still hurts every stride, and it's just, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think of quitting every single fucking run I did. But I just had this thing in mind, if I keep doing it, keep exposing my adductors, they'll adapt, they'll get stronger where they need to, and they'll overcome the difficulties I'm having now. But I didn't run this today, so that was the first day in 9 days I haven't run. I'm gonna try a track session tomorrow, which will be 5 sets of 800, something like that, and see how it pulls up. But it's not happy. Up. Up. One more. Up. Yep. So EMOM now, every minute on the minute. We'll do 20 reps on the press, then 12 reps on the row. So every minute we're gonna start a new movement, a new exercise. So 10-second countdown, 10 minutes of work. Pussy, bro. All right, so time for a Red Bull, and then we'll do the final conditioning component. We've got, I think it's 4 rounds for time. I never normally check my emails during a session, but fucking 2 male ice baths. They've got gremlins in the system at the moment, so I've synced them up to an app and sent it to the tech who's in Queensland. So sent it to tech, the tech's logged in the system and they're checking it intermittently, so I'm trying to check my emails to find out. So upper session done, little threshold conditioning done. So to give you an idea, today's training I've burnt almost 2,000 calories. So first session was, so that was 517 calories in 29 minutes. Strength training session, 90 minutes, that was 877 calories. Cardio this morning, 1 hour, 1,364 calories. 3.5 hours of training, over 2,000 calories burnt while I'm dieting, which is probably the fuck part. If I could just have like a gel now, some carbs, I could probably get through a bit better. Did legs yesterday and I hurt my back a little bit. I think it was on the leg press. Yeah, where my head's at the moment as we come to a close for 2025 is goal setting. I'm torn. There's a few things on the go. There's upstairs here we really want to expand to. There's 2 other locations in Victoria we want to expand to. Smaller, but we want to expand. And then there's possibility of Brisbane or Gold Coast as well. So I really want to look at those 3 options. The thing is, you've got to make sure that with business, as much as you want to do things, you've got to make sure all the eggs in a row, cross all the T's, dot all the I's. It has to be the right place, the right location, the right permit, all that shit has to make sense when it comes to a gym. So when you're going upstairs here, seems like the most obvious, but it's also, rent here is fucking expensive, man. Like, it's crazy how much we have to pay to be in this spot in Cremorne. So at the end of the day, we'll assess the options and see what works best, but those are the options for the gym. And then personally, $100,000 a month, just coaching, take the family to Europe for an actual holiday. We're talking 3-4 weeks. And then sub 60 Hyrox. We're going to do Japan in January, but my son starts school and he really wants to be at the orientation. It's year 7, I don't want him to miss that, so I'll cancel the January trip and just focus on Brisbane, April 12th, and then look at potentially what other Hyroxes are just after that and make plans for those. But sub 60 Hyrox, family trip in Europe, and then $100,000 a month. Those are the goals. And I'll share them with you all. A sub goal to all of that is to document more of what we do. XL Hybrid will be the name of the coaching moving forward. And alongside that, we'll run the XL Run Club, XL Runners, some merch as well, and build the app around that. So you'll see it unfold over the next few weeks. But XL Hybrid. I'm also going to release, I've had a lot of questions about how I went from not running ever to running basically sub 80 Hyrox. within 6 weeks. So I'm going to put together with my coach John a little 6-week plan to get you running, 6 weeks to run your first 10K. We'll call it something like that. But if you're over 100 kilos, if you're, plus size male or female and interested in picking up your running game or improving your running, definitely watch out for that release, because we'll show you step by step how you can improve your running and go from nothing to basically, being very, very competent at 5Ks and 10Ks very quickly. That's the plan anyway. So I'll bring you all that. Anyway, for me now, I'm gonna let Corey go home because I've held him here long enough. Eat some food, rice, protein, banana, and then go home. I've got a sick wife at home, sick daughter at home, not sick son, so I'll go and mainly take my sons out of my wife's hair so she can rest up, get some work done, and hopefully get to bed at a decent time so I can get some actual sleep and not have my whoop tell me tomorrow to stay in bed. Shout out to Corey, the cameraman behind the lens, capturing all the magic. His photos, his reels, his YouTubes have been epic lately, and we're going to continue bringing those. So make sure you give him a follow and hit him up for any of your content needs. Digital media creation, he's the fucking quickly becoming the go-to guy, the GOAT, for me anyway, and no doubt many others in this space. Thanks to the members of Undefeated for sharing the space. Hopefully we didn't get in anyone's way. Undefeated Private Lifting Club in Cremorne. Come down and check us out. Jump on the wait list if you're local, because the energy here is electric. And we'll see you next time on the YouTube. Remember, we are undefeated. We never lose, we win, or we learn.